Alright, how's it going everybody? Today we're going to be playing some more Nomad survival. This video is going to be on attempting a couple of the achievements that I haven't gotten to yet. We're basically going to go for the I ain't afraid of no ghosts, so gotta survive 15 minutes on the Crossroads map without taking more than 1,000 damage. We're going to go for the Doomslayer, which I'm going to go through without re-rolling. This one's going to be a pain. I don't think I'm going to do the opening chest, just because I want to get the relics since I'm not going to be re-rolling. I'm going to see if I can just clear the whole thing without taking 1,000. This one's definitely going to be difficult. You'll see with the boss abilities, some of them you just can't avoid really. So we'll go with that. And then I think I'm going to go for this one as well, which is just survive 12 minutes without picking a non-passive. So we're going to do no passives unless I have to re-roll. So if I'm ever in a situation where I have no passives, or sorry, there's no weapon skills, but it's all no passives, I'm just gonna take one. So we're gonna go for the re-rolls before this, but we'll see how that goes. I also have all the achievements for clearing it with any build I kind of want, so I'm just gonna start with the adventure, and I think I'm gonna go Void Walker. We'll do normal mode, 100% speed as always. See, like I was talking about in my last video, this map is a lot more streamlined. So there's 4 directions that you can come from, and I have to actively remember not to take passives, so take Icicle Barrage. So yeah, there's 4 directions. I mean, that's exactly what it says. It's a crossroads. And this really funnels the enemies towards you, so you definitely run into a lot more mobs here. Oh, see, I already am screwed. So it looks like the non-passives one is going to be done for, which is fine. I actually think I was misreading the achievement. I think it says go without taking any. No, yeah, I think I'm right. But anyways, so yeah, this map is a lot more not like fun. I think might not be the best word, but a lot more mob spawn, and I think that's one of the most enjoyable things about games like this, is just like clearing the screen basically. So I enjoy it a lot. So we're gonna go again. Let's not take any damage, and let's not re-roll. I like the Voidwalker heritage because it does kind of give you this little buffer about taking damage, because if something hits you, it actually hits the like little purple stuff that's around you first. And this basically, like for the low mobs, like these zombies for example, it makes it to where these guys can't really ever damage you because they'll hit that purple little trail behind you and actually die before they deal any damage. So it's nice for when you're not trying to take damage. I'm not super confident for the full game not taking damage, just because so many things spawn on this map. And as it gets later, the bosses are pains. They all have abilities that are, I would say, extremely annoying. I'll take the colorless glyph also, because that'll give me a little extra buffer with this little white circle around me. Basically deals damage, not a ton, but definitely enough for it to be worthwhile, so that the lower level mobs don't actually damage me. I've never actually played this map while getting passives, because earlier I was doing the same thing where I don't take any passives. So having the item pickup range and this EXP buff is going to be fantastic. I would also say this map drops a lot higher EXP gems. The ones that we're really looking for are the orange ones. So it goes light blue to darker blue to like this pinkish, then to red and to orange. The orange is the highest EXP drop. So like the other map, the Dry Marsh, this map also has some special events that go on. At 5 minutes it spawns a portal, and this portal spawns enemies. The portal is where you get your chest from, so that's where you get your relics. It also, similar to how the other map gets dark, it'll kind of spawn just like these really obnoxious bugs that when they die, they do this giant explosion. And it kind of doesn't really screw you over, but it basically cuts off the area where that mob dies. So you can't walk through it. So it hits 5 minutes, so a portal spawns. It'll always just be in one of the cardinal directions at the end of the walkway. Generally, it's not the biggest deal in the world to get to. And they're relatively easy to clear, just kind of like the chests. So it's definitely not like significantly harder or anything like that. It's just these little guys are what spawn, the thing with the timer. I tend to just not let them hit me. I'm pretty concerned about what happens if they would get close to me. I'm assuming there's something similar to a bomb, but for the most part, they're not like so overpowered that you can't just clear them with whatever abilities you have. So for the most part, I've never had to worry too much about those guys. My build's kind of all over the place right now because the relics that I'm getting, and I can't re-roll, so you're really forced into whatever you get. I've been pretty fortunate with the amount of chain light chalks I've been getting. That's always going to be my go-to if I ever see that. Spectral Sword is always a good one too. Your abilities for your character are always very strong. I don't think there's any ability that is inherently weak. Okay, here's the first boss. So it spawns these red circles, right? And then it also kind of chases you around. The red circles that go in a circle deal so much damage. That's always been my issue with this time thing, is that if you get hit by any boss ability on this map, you immediately just take an insane amount of damage. Nice, I got 2 magic missiles, so it's a constant beam. That'll be nice, but I have to get level 9. And then Pierce +1, and the size is doubled, so that's pretty good. Magic Missile, also something that I haven't really done a build on. It's just not really like an extremely cool skill or anything like that. I don't know if you could see that like rainbow colored spark that kind of shoots out occasionally. It's very underwhelming. So when you're, you know, like you can get Fireball or Chain Lightning Shock or anything like that, which is much more visually appealing, I generally tend to not go for that. Get Curious Wisp. Curious Wisp, it's pretty good. It doesn't do the most damage though. That's another thing I haven't actually gotten to the max level, so I'll try that one out later as well. I can see how it could be good. If you remember from Vampire Survivor, they have the Bible that'll go around you and spins and knocks back. This one does not knock back, however. So it's not as good in my opinion. The best part about the Bible in Vampire Survivor is that it has that knockback CC. Oh, these are the bugs that I'm talking about. So you'll see mobs that have like a rainbow highlight around them, this guy right here. And when those die, they shoot this giant circle. If you walk in that circle, it's not an insane amount of damage. Like the tick rate isn't high. It'll maybe do like 80 damage every like second or so. But if you do get unfortunate enough to like have a boss spawn and then one of those is in front of you, you have to walk through it because the boss is just gonna one-shot you. I mean, the bosses on this map are so much more difficult than the other map. It's great. Their abilities, the next guy you'll see has easily the most annoying ability in the game. It really forces you to think about where you're walking, because if you don't, you might end up just basically killing yourself because of the boss's ability. It's pretty frustrating because you have to worry about all the mobs, but you also have to worry about the boss. And if these bugs are spawning, that really forces you into just a few options basically. Hopefully I can get something good from this. I'm not really... Oh, nice. Okay, we'll get Curious Wisp. I'm not sure what the Curious Wisp one is actually. Well, let me check. So the cooldown reduce. Immaterial Cloak is very good. It can definitely save you. This is just rotation speed. All right, that's not bad. Oh no. Okay, I took 80 damage. I still got 920 damage to go. See, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, it just closes the whole map off. Like, I can't walk through this Crossroads because of these bugs. This actually stopped me from moving forward. It's very frustrating because, like, if there's a boss behind me, especially this next boss that's gonna spawn here in a second, you are royally screwed. So I really need to get back to the center of the map, but it is not allowing me to do that. I do like the mobs on this map a little bit more too. They have some more character to them per se. They're just more like what I think of when I think of like monsters and stuff like that. The other one's cool, but kind of just reminds me of like, you know, your generic low tier mobs in like MMOs and stuff like that. Oh, the SP regen boost is so funny on this guy. You just can't get touched. I'm actually kind of getting annoyed with all these bugs though. It's not something that spawns the whole game. It just spawns for, you know, a handful of minutes. It's kind of like the map effect basically, but it really limits you in those couple of minutes. Okay, boss should be spawning here in a couple of seconds. You'll see how obnoxious he really is. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm thinking about the third boss. My man Cthulhu, his ability is annoying. It's those red specters that I was talking about earlier. So those specters will like not exactly one-shot you, but they can put you down bad. You also can't damage them at all. They just exist. Nothing you can do about that. So there's no way to actually clear them out. And they also stick around after it dies for a little bit until they time out basically. It is very strong. This is always a cool one where if you get the boss ability, it is so strong because one, it's affected by skill size. So you can get these little specters that deal damage, kind of like the summoner heritage, and it just deals so much damage. Wow, this is getting iffy. Well, I made the 15 minutes, so that's awesome. So good there, but I would still like to do the take, you know, 1,000 damage on the whole game. So I'm still gonna kind of play this a little bit like a rat, for lack of better terms, just so I can really not take that damage. You can see what I'm talking about though in regards to like mob density from this map to the other map. It is just so much higher here, which is nice. It feels like more of a, you know, roguelite hack and slash type game. I do not know what the second relic does for the icicle. So the first one, it doubles the size. Oh, that was actually the first time we got it. I thought I'd already gotten one of those. So this is awesome. Let's make it easier for me to go in one direction, which is kind of the most important thing with this map. These directional abilities like the Icicle Barrage, like the Great Divider, they're very strong on this map because it can really help you move. This whole not re-rolling thing though is so detrimental. I don't know if it's an item or if it's like a particular heritage. I know there's something that will draw the EXP towards you. I just honestly don't know what it is. And there's not really that much information out there for this game. There's not really a ton of like item guides or like anything in regards to what everything does in the game. It's still not the most popular thing in the world, but it's definitely such a fun game. Another game that I think I'm going to be making some videos for is going to be V Rising. It's a vampire top-down. Don't know if I would call it a survival game, but that is basically what it is. I mean, you just exist kind of on this map and kill mobs, gather resources, level up, all that good stuff. So it's been very fun. I've only played, you know, like an hour or two, but of the couple of hours plus like just how I enjoy games, I'm definitely the type of person that will just I would more than happily just go and get like, oh, portal appeared again. Okay, this is the other hard thing about this map. Sorry to get sidetracked. So for like 6 minutes right now, I'm gonna have to deal with these exclamation marks. So I think, from my understanding, this is like, it's like the moon drip kind of. So moonlight is just like dropping down from the sky, trying to hit me. For no particular reason. I didn't do anything to it, you know, it's just a hazard. But it's like between the bugs, between that, and then the boss that spawned behind me that, oh, I am kind of screwed. I should have not gone this direction. I did not know this boss was spawning. I should have paid more attention to the time. You'll see why this boss is a big pain in the buttocks. So it has this freaking laser beam, dude. I just took 290. And it's like you have to really be thinking about where you're going when he spawns, because it's like if you really force yourself, if you saw me, I really squeezed into that side, and if his lasers aren't at the right place, you can really just get screwed over. I got very lucky there. So I took 290, then 80 earlier, so we're at like 370, which is not bad. So we're doing okay right now in regards to HP taken. The last boss though is such a pain because of all those abilities from the boss. It has the specters, it has the red circle, it has the laser beams. It is a pain in the buttocks. I really just want these things to stop falling from the sky though, honestly. It is so detrimental. I can't even pay attention to where mobs are because I'm just constantly paying attention to where those exclamation marks are. So it's one of those things where, I'm not sure if you guys ever encountered this, but when you're playing games and you have to focus on the whole screen, but obviously your vision just can't really do that, especially when you have like larger screens. So you kind of go with the not really focus on anything, but focus on everything at the same time. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying, but basically you're so not focused on one thing that you actually are able to see the whole screen. Not very well, you know, it's kind of blurry, but yeah, well, I killed everything and the thing stopped spawning, so that's kind of nice. I can finally pay a little bit more attention. But yeah, games like this, I tend to like unfocus my eyes so that I'm able to pay more attention to the whole screen versus only paying attention to, say, a third of the screen, basically. That way I can pay more attention to where all the mobs are coming from, especially when you're in the middle, paying attention to 4 directions. You just can't pay attention to one side only. Especially when I'm trying to not take damage. So as you can see, with the Great Divider and these icicles, I have great clear for walking down the corridors in a straight line. Like, very, very good clear. I don't have to worry about whatever direction I'm going in. So that's always nice. I got more Wisp. I'm not sure what this extra things on the Wisp does. Gotta take a look. First one's rotation speed. Awesome. Oh, a third set of orbs is created. That's awesome. And then, like always, the third one is base damage. Alright, let's see if I can get the Curious Wisp to level 10. That'd be cool. Icicle Barrage also would be nice to get to level 10. I got the Great Divider just for fun. It does have really nice knockback, so if you're worried about things touching you, which I am right now, Great Divider is a pretty good pickup. I'm not going to hit level 77 though, because I haven't been focusing on item pickup and EXP. Definitely think I could do it though on this map. These flying manta ray waffle looking dudes have so much HP in comparison to most of the other mobs in this game. And when the red ones spawn, they are just ginormous. Like you can see this guy over here all the way on the left side of the screen. He's huge. He also just soaks up the damage. Overall though, doing pretty good when it comes to taking damage. I am still concerned about the boss because the last boss just... its abilities are really focused on like trapping you and only being able to go a specific direction. and between all of his abilities, it's very hard to actually go anywhere where you can't take damage. I mean, not dying isn't the hardest thing in the world, but not taking damage is significantly harder. So always want to be in the middle of the map for this kind of stuff because you'll have the most move. Just go any direction, really. We'll see how this guy goes. Hopefully I can just clear him out as fast as possible, but I don't think I have the best single target damage in the world right now. I have a good clear for large amounts of mobs, but single target, not so much. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully he spawns on like the right side. He did. Okay. So he's got the red. He's got the lasers. Oh, I almost got slapped by the red. And he summons the specters. So you want to always try and stay on basically one of the walls. Oh, awesome. I did it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. You guys want to stay on one of the walls so that you can basically play around forcing the beams to not actually take up the whole wall. So yeah, chain lightning shock every time. It is so good. It's so much better than anything else in the game. Maybe not fireball. I mean, fireball did really good in that last video, but like, look at this. I mean, the disparity is clear to see. This is 6 times more than Ice Cold Barrage, and I don't even want to go into the math on this guy for the rest of these abilities. Granted, I didn't really level these up at all, so it makes sense. But God, angle slash is pitiful. Also, this, oh my God, this guy. This is so sad. It just doesn't. You can never hit anything with melee range abilities. It's just too close to your body. But let's go back to the title and we'll take a look at what achievements I finished. These are the ones that are all the way at the bottom. So boom, awesome. Did this one without taking more than 1,000 damage. I could not do this one because I got forced into 4 non-passives and I wasn't doing the reroll. So yes, that was just unfortunate, but I did get this one, so, you know, clear it without re-rolling. That's always awesome. Obviously, I got this one too because I did it without taking more than 1,000 damage. That was the first time I defeated death, so that is awesome. And then I believe I did the Voidwalker Heritage as well as the Adventure on the Crossroads. So that was good. That all really worked out. Ice Cold Barrage and the Great Divider are very, very good on that map because everything is funneled into you, and that gives you a lot of clear space. So if you're ever trying to do those challenges, it's definitely a lot easier to grab those things that shoot in a direction that have good knockback. I would definitely recommend that. So probably make another video doing a couple of these other achievements. If you guys liked what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.